Hi everyone, it's John from What Up. Welcome back to another video and happy release day, folks. Yes, the first 3 episodes of the Wheel of Time have dropped and we get to make videos about them here at What Up, and I'm super pumped about that, and I'm glad you folks are finally seeing what I got to see a little while ago because I want to share this with everyone. So if you love Wheel of Time, if you're excited about these reviews, my Easter egg videos, which are going to be wild, there's so many Easter eggs, and my breakdowns of every single episode, consider making us your home for Wheel of Time news. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course tell all your friends. Just a reminder, at the end of this review video, we are announcing the winners of my 25,000 subscriber contest. There are 10 of you, and on the video where I did the contest, there's north of 1,000 comments. So 10 people out of all of those people that commented that were subscribers, they are going to receive some prizes, and we'll announce them at the end of this video. So before we get into the review, I do want to talk to you folks a little bit about how my reviews work here in the channel. Not everyone was with me during Season 1 and Season 2. In fact, I'd say we have about 15,000 new faces from Season 2. Till now, so I want to detail how my reviews work, and I'll be doing the same for my Easter egg videos and my breakdown videos at the beginning of the very first one. After this, you're not going to hear me talk about how things work again. I'll just dive into the review. But my reviews work like this. I review the show on its own merits. So I may reference things that happen in the book during my review in order to get some more clarification or talk about things, but I don't let it affect the score of the episode in any way, shape, or form. I review this much like the way I would review a movie or another fantasy television show where there isn't any source material. I just review it based on the merits of it being a show, and that is it. I've done that for both Seasons 1 and Season 2, and I think that's fair. There are a lot of things book readers can be excited about this season, but I don't let either positive or negative aspects of adding or removing things from the books to the show affect the scoring of the episode. I also do this review in 2 blocks. First part will be spoiler-free. It'll be fairly short. And then the second part will be more spoilers. We'll talk about the episode in detail. We'll talk about the book series a little bit as well. Again, won't affect the score of the episode. And I will give my score for this episode just before I switch over to spoilers. So I give it around the middle or so, just so you folks are aware. All right, so they came out strong, folks. This first episode is probably up to this point. So if we take all of Season 1 and all of Season 2, this is my favorite episode of the Wheel of Time to this point. And I will be saying that more than once this season. That's how good the season is. The way they framed the entire episode to me was incredibly smart. So they picked up with a lot of action, which hooks either new viewers or returning viewers in right away. Then they slowed it down. They went right into building characters. They did more for character development in this particular episode than they've done in the entire first 2 seasons of The Wheel of Time, in my opinion. And it just worked out really well for them because I like that sort of thing, and I'm sure a lot of you out there really do as well. And we wanted to see more of our favorite characters on screen. They made a lot of smart choices in the way things were shot. So the way the camera angles, the cuts, especially during the opening and the second action sequence of this particular episode, very smart choices in the way they filmed things, in how the shots were done. I can't say enough good things about that. And again, back to the framing of the episode. It started with action, slowed down, and then there was more action. It was like a sandwich, and it was a perfect sandwich. Like, it was, think of your favorite sandwich. That's what I thought this episode was. That's a terrible analogy, folks. I'm sorry. Yeah, the acting in this, again, a level up from what we've seen in previous seasons. Not saying the previous season's acting was bad. I've always praised the actors and their work. This season, they just seem to be more comfortable with each other, more comfortable with their characters. The dialogue seemed to flow more freely. The writing was much better than we've seen in previous seasons. And I also want to mention the fact that not only was the writing better and the dialogue flowing a little more freely, but the actual episode editing and flow itself was leaps and bounds ahead of anything we've seen before. In Seasons 1 and Seasons 2, the editing was very weak, in my opinion. They had some problems. They cut things out that shouldn't have been cut out. There was continuity errors. There was problems with them not explaining certain things. We didn't see that in this episode today. What we saw was a very tight, well-oiled machine when it came to an episode of TV. And I lived for every moment of it. And finally, we get to the visuals. So when we talk about visuals, the VFX and special effects for me in this episode were very well done. I don't like CG. I don't like computer-generated effects. Not because I have anything against them, but because I can usually tell that they're not real, and it takes me out of the immersion. Now, if something is fully fantastical, say, for example, the effects of channeling and the weaves and whatnot, that can't be done real. Like, there's no practical effect for that. So you know it's not real, but it was done in such a way and done so well and so well integrated into the environment that it didn't ruin my immersion. So I have nothing bad to say about the CG and the VFX in this, along with the special effects. They melded practical with CG, very well done. I'm really, really happy about that. Yeah, so with all of that, the visuals also completely gorgeous. The costumes, the sets, the locations, I have nothing bad to say about any of those things. They're all really great. So this is my very first 10 that I've given a Wheel of Time episode. This is a 10, folks. Like, this is really, really good. And I say it's my very first. I believe it's actually my second episode I've ever given a 10 to. Season 2, there was an episode there with the Egwene and the kennels that was just blew me out of the water. This is my second 10. So this episode deserves a 10, and it is a very, very smart way for the showrunners and the production team to open up the third season. This is going to hook people, folks. There's a reason they showed this at a fan event. There's a reason they did a global fan event where they showed this for free to everybody. It was really good TV, and I have nothing bad to say about this particular episode at all, start to finish. All right, so now we're going to get into the spoiler section of the video. So I'm going to bring up my little red hand here. Again, spoilers for pretty much everything in our reviews this season will be up to the Fires of Heaven, Book 5 of the Wheel of Time. So if you haven't read The Eye of the World Through the Fires of Heaven by Robert Jordan, before Warren going to ruin plot points, character arcs from that medium. We're also talking about the show itself. So if you haven't watched the first 2 seasons or seen this episode, we're going to spoil stuff from this episode. And it's going to happen. That's the reason we have spoilers. I want to talk about that cold open first off. Wow. There's a reason they released that by itself. It was the first time, in my opinion, that they got a fight scene right. And not only was it right, it was very well done. So I've seen some comments online from people who just watched the show that haven't read the books about the choreograph movements of the Aes Sedai when they were using the One Power. That is an actual very important aspect in the book series. And it flowed beautifully. The way they used the same movements. We'll talk about this more in my Easter egg video, actually. But the Black Aja all used the same movements because they were trained. Those weaves that they were using, no one else was using. And they were trained. It just alluded to the fact that they were trained by other members of the Black Aja to use those destruction weaves. And it was glorious to see. The savagery in the first 11 minutes was wild. I did not expect to see that level of blood and gore and mayhem in a Wheel of Time episode, and it gives me great hope for future seasons if we see some of the other major battles that are going to come up that are just meat grinders, is how they're described in the books. I think they're going to do very well with that. There was no mystery for the sake of mystery in this particular episode, which to me is a big win. I loathe mystery for the sake of mystery. I hate plot twists just for the sake of plot twists. Amazon has a history of doing that, not just in the Wheel of Time, but in every one of their shows, and it's terrible. I really don't like it. I've actually shut shows off for that before because it makes no sense to me why you would try to do that when we know better anyway. The writing for this episode, they pulled numerous lines of dialogue directly from the books, and these lines of dialogue were melded so perfectly with the writer's own dialogue that you couldn't tell which was book and which was real, and it was great. It was really good to see. You get to see the evil of the Black Aja, how sadistic and how much they reveled in pain. For example, the Green Sister that lost her waters, just super pumped about losing her water. She loved that feeling. She was a horrible person. We got to see that. They showcased all these things to set those members of the White Tower apart, and it was very smart to do. Now we're moving on from the cold open. Cold open again. Great. There was a lot of foreshadowing and some very good scenes that were shot in such a way that I had to watch it a couple times to notice. But when I noticed, I was like, oh, that perfect setting. So when Rand was speaking with Moraine And Rand was basically saying what he's going to do. He's sitting in front of Dragonmount. You can see Dragonmount in the background, and he's the dragon. He is telling Moiraine what he's going to do, and Moiraine is trying very hard to control him. And he's like, nope, flexing my muscles. Going to do what I want anyway. I'm the dragon. And Dragonmount's behind him. Super smart framing of that shot. Really loved it. And then you had a lot of moments between the Two Rivers folks. So you had the three boys, Perrin, Mat, and Rand, who had been together for the first time all together since Falm. And Falm, they didn't have any sort of character building or friendship moments. They were just thrust into, again, explosions per minute in a battle without any preamble. This time, though, they slowed down, they sat down, they talked, they laughed, they showcased their friendship on screen. And that's one of the big parts of the Wheel of Time. Knowing that they're going to separate this season, knowing that they're going away, and those of you who read the books know they go away for pretty much the rest of the book series, except for small little spats here and there. This was much needed and a very welcome addition to the Wheel of Time, showcasing them together and being happy for one more time. Getting some of the characters' updated relationships, again, was a big bonus in my mind. In the book series, Rand has a relationship with three women, and it's very one-sided. They all love him and their friends. They're doing something a bit different. They're modernizing the relationship, which I think is a very good thing. I believe they're probably going to do something a little more polyamorous than what was done in the book series, which again, pushing things to become more modern, more things that are accepted nowadays that maybe not have been accepted in the 90s when Robert Jordan read these books. He pushed the envelope back then with a lot of his themes and representation of certain types of people and characters, and they're doing that again. Loved seeing that. Loved seeing Aviendha and Elaine together. That made me happy. Seeing the Bubble of Evil. Knowing that we're not in tier, knowing that they're not going to tier this season, at least from the way things they're talking, they're kind of pushing that to the side, and all the leaks and things that we've already seen. Knowing that, but still referencing one of the big scenes from tier that people really, really loved, which is that Bubble of Evil where Rand fought his reflections, where Perrin had to deal with his axe coming alive, Mat with the cards, and then also introducing a brand new Shadow Spawn, the Grey Man, all at once in another second action sequence within this first episode. Again, non-stop action is not my thing, but it was framed in such a way that you had action, and then you had drama, and then you had more action. That is totally fine. As long as it's not full explosions per minute, I think it was a very good balance, a very nice mix, and it worked really well, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Again, I have nothing bad to say about this episode, start to finish. It is a 10. So I gave the entire season a 9. As you folks know, I gave my spoiler-free review a few days ago, and I have seen the entire season. There are multiple 10s this season. So this will not be the last 10 that you're going to hear from me. If I could give 10 plus to episodes that are beyond this, I would. This is a 10, but there are episodes that are even better coming up, and I would give them 10 pluses. I can't help but really enjoy this, folks. This season to me felt more, and this is now moving away from, I've given my score. We're now going to talk about the books a bit. This season, not only was good TV, but it felt more like the Wheel of Time than the first two seasons in many different ways. And I'm living for every moment of this. So thank you very much. So anyway, yeah, so my review, 10 out of 10, first episode. Great, very strong start to a season. Seasons 1 and Season 2 didn't, in my opinion, have near as strong a start as this one. This one was, they made so many smart choices in this episode, and I was so happy to see it. All right, so we're going to take off the spoiler warning here now, and we are going to bring up all of our contest winners. So we're going to talk about the contest winners. So essentially, how this is going to work is I picked 10 comments at random. So I just used a random number generator, went down through, I made sure they were public subscribers to me, so I knew that they were subscribed to the channel, because the stipulations were you were a subscriber and you left a comment. So these 10 people win something from me. So what I need from you folks is to reach out to me, because I don't have any of your contact information. So I want you to send me a message. Instagram will work. my email, which is in the About section of the channel, is probably best for this. When you send me an email, send me your screen name, send me the comment you made in that email, and then also I'm going to move out of the way here. It's covering my head. And then send me what you would like, as well as your address and sizes. So your choices are a What Up t-shirt, much like I'm wearing here. What Up hoodie. It's got an embroidered What Up on the front of it. They're really comfy. They're really nice. They're my favorite. You can also get a coffee mug. There are two sizes: a smaller coffee mug, which is a little bit thinner, and a bigger coffee mug. You get it. No, here we go. There we go. Terrible spatial awareness, folks. There's one back there. You can pick a toque. Toque is like a warm winter hat. For those of you who are not Canadian, and I will not call it anything else but a toque because I'm Canadian and that's what we call them here. So your options are, you either have a t-shirt, a hoodie, a mug, or a toque, and you have to let me know what you want. And if you're picking a t-shirt or a hoodie, you have to give me a size, same as a mug. You want a small or a large mug, or a small to XL, 2XL. I think they go up to 3XL for the t-shirts and the hoodies. And then you have to give me your address as well so I can send these out to you. So first winner, Cassie Kelly 4537. Her comment, so stoked, honestly. Then we have Tommy Still 3922. Been watching since the beginning. What Up has been a really great channel for the news. Fail X2, I've been watching your content since season 1, and I'm so excited for season 3, and I'm also waiting until it drops to renew my account to watch. Smart. That was very smart. Fellow Maritimer here, St. John, New Brunswick. Keep up the great work. Yes, SJ, that's St. John, New Brunswick. I'm glad to see that people that are more local to me are watching too. That's fantastic. I love seeing that. Luz Jr. 3425. I love the first episode. It felt like watching a 70-minute movie. Big congrats to John for 25K. Now get to work on 50K. I just hit 25. I don't know if I'll ever hit 50. I don't think there's enough people out there that enjoy listening to me yammer on like you folks do, but anything is possible. Anything is possible. Tiger Tuft. Congrats, John. You so deserve 25K and more. Super hyped. Now, Vanishka, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I apologize. 89, thank you for the review. I love how you are always so positive. Hope the season is amazing and we get more. I do too. I really hope for more. That remains to be seen just yet. Season 4 hasn't been renewed, but I will let you folks know everything I know as I know it, if that makes any sense. Stacy Storino, I apologize again if I mispronounced that. I've been subscribed for a while, so happy that you got the advanced scoop viewing. How hard is it to do spoiler-free reviews, by the way? Super, super hard, but not as hard as you'd think. Here on the channel, I've been doing leaks since season 1, so I have always known how the seasons go. I've always known the major plot points and character arcs. I've always known the big reveals and the mysteries. I may not share everything with you folks that I get, because sometimes people give me things and say, don't share this. But I generally know. Having seen the episodes made it a little bit harder because I really had to watch my P's and Q's, because if I let something slip by accident, then could be bad, I guess. I don't know how that would work, but so far I've made it through and I'm happy with that. Difficult, but not entirely impossible, if that makes any sense. Fantasy Fanatic 6038. So lucky of you to have access to the full season already. I know. I'm super pumped. I can't wait for Thursday. I just have that feeling that this will be a season of television to remember. Congrats to 25K, John, and good luck to everyone entering the contest. Well, your wishing everyone good luck worked out well for you, because you were one of the ones picked. Rocky Outcrop. What up? Season 3 looking really great so far. Cheers for the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Fianen. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Season 3 dropping on my birthday this year is the best gift ever. Can't wait. Well, you'll get another gift for your birthday this year. You're going to get a What Up, a piece of swag of your choice. And then we're back to the beginning. So let's hide this because it is covering up most of my head. There we go. All right. So again, if you were one of those 10 winners, send me an email. That's probably the best way. Send me an email with your screen name, your comment, what you wrote during this video. So it's easy. Should be easy. Your address, what you want. Again, could be a t-shirt, a hoodie, a coffee mug, or a toque. For the coffee mug, small or large, and then the t-shirt or hoodie, you have to give me a size as well. They are unisex. There's no, I don't do differing shirts and hoodies, so just a size. And your address where I can ship the stuff out to, and let me know. And hopefully you've all watched this video, you've all seen that. And if I don't hear from you in a couple of weeks, I'll put the call out again to the same people, and then we'll keep trying to get a hold of you. But please send me an email, and I'll be able to send that stuff out. And if I could ask a favor of each and every one of you, when you get your stuff, take a picture and send it to me if you want, and I'll share it in a video showcasing all the contest winners for 25K, because I'd love to do that. I think that would be super fun. Anyway, thank you all very much for sticking with me here to the very end. Stay tuned for an Easter egg video that's coming very, very soon. Probably, I'm going to say tomorrow morning. And beyond that, tomorrow evening, we'll have my breakdown of episode 1. That's coming too. You don't want to miss either one of them. They're going to be longer videos than this. Much longer. And if you are a book fan or a person who has not read the books and are interested in how the books compare to the show, my breakdown video is where I do that. That's where I talk about the show arc and the book arcs and how the characters align with that and the plot lines align with that. That's my breakdown videos. That's what that's for. So that's one you're going to want. Thank you so much for sticking with me here to the very end. Here's to many more.